Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome in on this Football Friday, this Feel-Good Friday. Welcome back to Game On, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Will. This is the Sports Morning Espresso Shot. He's Heavy Steps, our MLB expert. Steps, did you know? Did you know?
At this moment.
Did you know?
Yeah.
Did you know that I left the loop thing on this? That's why it's playing again.
Did you know? Oh God! Did you know that the Green Bay Packers won the Super Bowl last night? They're the best team in the NFL.
So we're gonna go over that. Listen, this is a Football Friday. We got a lot of football to talk about. I did not see much of the game last night because I was getting home from work, and then I saw that it was pretty much out of hand, and I was dealing with putting the kids to bed. I didn't even bother trying to make the wife mad by trying to catch some of the game while we're trying to get the kids to bed. But I saw like the last 3 minutes of the game. Did you know though? The playoffs start this month. There's playoff baseball in a couple weeks.
October.
Huh?
Are you talking
30th?
about like the wild card?
Yeah, the first game.
Yeah. What is it? The last day of this month?
Yeah.
Season's been too long, man. I'm ready for playoffs.
Oh my gosh, I never thought I'd hear you say that.
I've been on a losing streak.
You know.
Yeah,
we're gonna recover. We're gonna talk about the game last night. Look at the games today, and oh baby steps. I'm so glad you're joining me this morning because it is a highlight Friday. It's a football Friday and a highlight Friday.
Highlight's catching on, man.
It is catching on, and guess what? Tomorrow. So they have games now this season. We're covering highlight Monday. I always screw that up, even though I know I'm saying it in my head right. It's Tuesday through Friday. So 4 games a week. And then Saturday mornings, I'm doing educational videos during this. I'm either going to do a video and play it, or I'm going to do it live and do a little Q&A, or I'll play the video that I do, and then we'll do a little Q&A after I play it. Either way, obviously tomorrow is going to be very, very basic, right? Very basic for the first one that I can go back to and reference for people. But we're going to just slowly keep, doing educational stuff all season long on Saturdays. Little Q&As about what is highlight.
The ball called?
Huh?
Like, what's the ball called?
Exactly. What's that thing that's on their hand that they're catching the ball with? Cesta.
What's an average mile per hour the ball travels?
3 million.
Or you should tell me what the actual name of the ball is, because I don't remember.
Okay. Well, that's called a tease.
Okay.
Now everyone's curious, and we're going to talk about it tomorrow. How about
that? Got it.
How about that? Let's say hello to our friends. Oh my goodness. Buku with the $2 Rumble Rant. Let's go, buddy. Morning, folks. It's Friday. Got some great opportunities tomorrow. Time to cash in. That's right. So for a split second, I'm thinking, Buku, what kind of opportunities are we talking about? Like, you got like job opportunity, or what do you got going on? Big life thing going on? But then I just realized he's talking about a lot of betting opportunities tomorrow.
Buku spends the first 4 hours a day playing golf, and then he goes to work, and then he works really late. He sacrifices for the golf.
That man works hard.
Yeah,
to be able to do that, right?
Yep, he's a trade. He works a trade, man. Lays pipe, digs up yards, and puts pipes in the ground, and
exactly.
And then renovates his house at the same time.
Well, you gotta stay busy,
Yeah.
And don't forget, he buys scratch offs.
Yeah. But he's addicted to buying scratch offs, but he buys
them. Patriots in the house. Good morning. Jamie's here. Supporting's in the house. Went with Green Bay for spreads. I'd use Green Bay in one of mine too. And I think I used them in one of my regular survivors. We'll go through that. Over half the bet on. Did you do any bet online spread survivor entries?
No, I just did the season stuff. It's just too much on the season stuff for me to like go outside of that, especially being my first time doing a lot of these pools and stuff. I had difficulty drilling down the season pools. I'm in like 12 season pools.
Mm-hmm.
So
do.
that's enough for me, I think. And the way they do it, I love it. It's easy. So
Yeah, it's super easy. It's fun. It's fun. So Bet Online, this is the first year they did. They did a $100,000 guaranteed spread survivor. So it's survivor, but you got to pick against the spread. Same rules, same thing. Once you use a team, can't use them. Blah blah blah. Over half the entries got knocked out last week.
yes.
I have a feeling that's that one. I put it at 9 weeks. 9 weeks, and we'll have a winner.
I would enjoy that more than the regular survivor, I think.
Yeah, it's freaking tough, man. I have 8 entries left, and one of them won last night because I went back and forth. I flip flopped, and you know what? Made me change because I was on Green Bay initially. Then I flipped yesterday morning to Washington because it was plus 3.5. No. I stayed away from it. I pulled off because it was 3. Because if you tie, you lose. So it wasn't a 3.5. It was 3 in the contest.
You lose on a tie.
Yeah, and I was like, I could see this coming down to a field goal game, so that's stupid. But then I saw Trent was on Washington.
Huh.
And I go, well, we're going Green Bay. It was nice. It was nice.
Crazy.
Grass guys in the house. B-Max here. Give me shredded cheese all over the place. Atta baby. Let's see. I would be first 5 if Poly Market gave the option. Work hard, play hard. That's right, dude. That's right. My wife has to go in this morning. She's finally doing it, dude. She's finally doing it. Well, when we moved over here, she's may or may not have. I cannot confirm nor deny this. She still never got her new driver's license because she just renewed like her enhanced one with Washington. It was good for 8 years, and she's
but
like,
the address and all that was not right.
No, well, the state.
Oh, that's right. You guys moved from Washington.
Yeah.
I think you got like 6 months to get that changed.
Yeah, I think it's less than that.
Really?
Here. Yeah, but so she didn't do that. Maybe not. And she's finally doing it because it hadn't been a problem because she doesn't work or anything like that. So it really hasn't been a problem. And she had the enhanced one, so it was good for like when we went to Vegas. She was able to go through TSA and whatnot. But we're trying to get my daughter's permit. We've been trying to do it for months, and something's been always coming up. They've gone down there. They didn't have the right paperwork and whatnot. Then I took her to go get it, and they said, "Hey, are you her legal guardian?" I'm like, yeah, I'm her stepdad. Like, what do you mean? No, you haven't legally adopted her. And I go, no. Who does that nowadays? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so they wouldn't let me. We're talking a permit here, dude. Just a permit. They wouldn't let me do it because I'm technically not mom or dad legally.
Idaho for you, man.
I'm just
you
like,
chose to live in Idaho.
We're talking.
I probably
I think it probably would have been the same thing in Washington.
Yeah.
Like,
Washington. Yeah. I mean, it would have been worse, probably.
Not if I was Hispanic. They would have just gave me the damn thing. All right.
In Washington, you have to take a picture of yourself normal, and then they dress you up in drag and take a picture just in case. Future down the road, you transition. They need that
on your way out.
They need that image of you.
Yeah. It's silly, is what it is. So, she because that was the other thing. They went twice. The second time they went, they had all the right paperwork. They went in through it, and then they go, "Oh, you don't have a Idaho driver's license." She's like, "What?" Like, yeah, sorry, I can't do it. I was like, well, that kind of makes sense.
It gives me anxiety going there because it's like, do I have the right stuff? And then you got to wait forever. And then,
then you got to
up there.
Hope you don't get the bitchy lady, the one that's real strict about everything.
What do you mean? You didn't know you needed 3 months of your last utility bill?
Yeah.
It's like, man.
I'm like, lady, who gets a utility bill now? Everything's online. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, exactly.
It's all auto pay.
I think I've had to get my.
I don't even remember my password to log in when I first signed up.
Like 4 times I've had my birth certificate replaced. I've lost it.
Oh, Yikes. Good morning, Ms. Leslie. How we doing? Jamie said, didn't know you were stepdad. Here was me thinking you became a dad when you were still a teenager. No. That was not me. That was
Also, your
not
wife
me.
probably didn't have any issues even if she got pulled over. She's white, blonde, attractive. She's fine.
No, she got a ticket though.
Did she really? What was she do? Oh wait, you might not be able to say this. You know, put her.
No, she was
air
going
her
like
she's
40.
speeding.
She was going like 40 on a 25. She didn't realize there's a spot where it switches real quick in Hayden.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're supposed to be doing 25.
All of a sudden she's a super speeder going 45.
Yeah, it wasn't 25 in a like a school zone or something. It was just like this little small town.
School zone.
What was I gonna say? Oh no, no. I did not have any kids when I was a teenager, but I have been in my stepdaughter's life since she was 6. So, God, that's crazy. It's about to be a decade.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah,
you're just mean dad to her. You know, that's what she thinks. Well,
yeah,
mean dad. She's in that phase where it's she doesn't want parents around, probably.
Yeah. What up, Jay Main? How we doing? Stat for you guys. Bucks hasn't allowed any rusher to have more than 26 yards last 5 games. What?
I thought he was saying 4-unit play on the Bucks. But it's just a stat for us.
That is interesting. I do like the Bucks Monday.
J-Man, tune in on Sunday, man. That's when
dude.
That's when we go over all of the trends and the stats. I got some good ones for college football tonight.
You do? I won last night and it looked terrible. I took NC State and they were down like 14-0. Somehow came back and cover the 7.
The Action app this year started their props. So like they haven't been doing like prop lines and pro lines on props and stuff. Mm-hmm. You can get some really good edges in college football on the props. Now, you're taking a chance that this 17-year-old kid isn't in bed with somebody and throwing the game. But did you see there's like 18 people under investigation right now in NCAA?
Oh, for like gambling?
Mm-hmm. College
Not
athletes.
Surprised by that at all. Not surprised.
I mean, you got to think there's so many of them. So, I mean, that's probably not that bad of a number.
Ooh, B-Max says Debo and Jacobs both on the ticket for anytime touchdown. Let's start there. Jamie says, I usually catch you guys Sunday mornings. Atta baby. That was a fun show. I'm looking forward to this Sunday.
I'm looking forward to Ghost, man.
We can start. Yes, we can start there. And with last night's game, because I don't even know who scored touchdowns. I don't know the stats. I know
you didn't watch it. I watched most of it. I watched about 90% of it. Yeah, Green Bay looked good. I mean, they're playing a home game in prime time on a Thursday night.
Commander QB hasn't won in Green Bay in 40 years. Did you know that?
That's crazy. I did not know that. Jordan Love looked really good. I will say that. He looks like he's firing it. He ain't scared to throw the ball. I can tell you that,
dude. So we were on Action, and we were reading the articles yesterday of like how they do player props and whatnot. Like, hey, who's going to score the first TD? Here's this, here's that. Dude, there was a lot of plays I was going to have yesterday. I had a guy that I listened to every morning, and he gave out Jordan Love longest rush over 5.5 yards and to rush and pick up a first down, which I've never heard of that stat, but it's one of those ones that you can do on FanDuel. Will Jordan Love rush and pick up a first down? He did both of those in one play in the first quarter.
Is that when
there's been any points?
He scored
ran up that sideline.
I think he ran for a touchdown too.
Maybe, I don't know. We're about to pull that up. Before we do, we're gonna tell you everything you need to know about last night's games and tonight's games and all that stuff. But I don't know if you guys noticed. I don't know what's going on. I think Rumble might have forgot about us. That we're the number one independent sports channel, most professional, on-time, non-clickbait sports show on the internet. We haven't been featured since Sunday. All week long, we haven't been featured on here. So I think we need to make sure we smash the like button and repost it so Rumble remembers, oh, hey. Now, it's been a weird week, right? It's been a weird week too, right?
Mm-hmm. Like the algorithm on Rumble's probably not sports-related right now.
No. I mean, it was 9/11. We had the Charlie Kirk stuff the other day. I mean, it's been a rough week, so I get it.
politically heavy week.
Very, 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 very. But we got a sports heavy weekend. I mean, we got a boxing fight tomorrow,
which I just found out about yesterday.
we got UFC Noche on Saturday in San Antonio.
Hopefully it's better than last year's. That was a letdown, even though it was at the Sphere.
It was a letdown, wasn't it? It was just
there was no finishes. Remember, it was just all decision.
I know, but it was at least it looked cool, right? We all tuned in because it looked cool.
It kind of looked cool. I don't know about.
It's like a movie that like you watch a movie or something, and like the effects and designs and it's the cinematography, everything's shot great, but the dialogue sucks and the story sucks.
Yeah. I just don't. I think I'd like to go to the Sphere to see like a movie or like a show, but not like a concert. Like I don't want to see a live performance.
When we were down there, we wanted to go. I'm like, let's just go to it and like let's just go to something simple. Like we don't need to go to a concert or whatever. Like let's just go to go whatever,
like Space Oddity or something.
Yes, or like a history thing that they do. And there was a history. The minimum, it was like almost $300 per ticket to go to a thing, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's for the worst seats they have.
Yeah. Now, like a show like Fish or like those hippie bands where like people are on drugs and the psychedelics and the visuals, I could see that concert. But like Backstreet Boys, like I don't know, I'd rather see them in like a small venue where I'm up close. I don't know.
I think it was Backstreet Boys that was going to be there the Friday that we were leaving, and it was like for the worst seat just to get in the door, it was like $550 a ticket.
Remember when Vegas was cheap? Like everything was cheap.
Everything, and then it got corporatized, man. Sad.
Yeah.
Sad. All right. Last night's game. Green Bay Packers. 27-18 win. Look at that. Lot of fourth quarter score in there. Game goes under. There was a lot of big money that I saw, at least from Bet Online, that came in. I mean, we're talking $40,000, $50,000 bets on the over. That was rough. It was rough for them.
Just fell short, right? It was 48. What was it?
It was 48, yeah. But I guess if you tease the Commanders up, you pushed, unless you teased them when they were 3.5.
I know Jordan Love had like 200 something yards in the first half. So his second half, obviously Washington made some adjustments there.
Yeah. Jordan Love, 292 yards passing. I think that was one of the ultimate things. I was thinking about this Washington defense, and I'm like, I was not high on this Washington defense going into the season, and I'm not going to let one game against the Giants sway me off that. You know what I mean?
They left points on Packers left points on the field too. Love underthrew a touchdown in the first, one of the first drives.
That's what I was going to tell you. We were doing the Action Network things and whatnot, and then we were looking at the anytime touchdowns, and I respected what they did because they didn't just put like Josh Jacobs. They had a plus like 225, and then a plus, the Packer guy they picked was plus like 450, and I'm like, I respect that. You give me something. Why is this plus 450 getting a touchdown today? And they broke it down, and it was Wicks, and they were talking about how this Commanders defense can give up big chunk plays and whatnot. And I was saying, you know what? Let's get a little wild. Let's go Wicks, not only for a touchdown, but let's go first touchdown at 25-1. And I'll be damned if he didn't. I got to see this part because I got to see the beginning of the game while I was still at work. And that dude had a chance. He just couldn't get to the ball in time, but he had a chance to catch it. And if he would have caught it, he would have landed in the end zone. And I'm like, okay, we had a chance. We had a shot. That's all you can.
What was the other one? Was where the DB swatted it? It was like that wasn't the Wicks though, right?
No.
Yeah, and then the call was like, "Oh, great defense." They started going in, but the ball was just underthrown. It was a touchdown. The guy had been beat. The DB got beat.
Yeah. Mighty Megatron says Wake Forest is ass. Yeah, because that head coach is a bum.
Dude, they had so many chances to win that game.
Yeah, he's a bum. Should have stayed at Washington State. Bum.
You know their offensive coordinator's the Saban impression guy that did the impression in the locker room of Saban.
Yeah. Josh Jacobs, 84 yards rushing. He went over. He got a tutty.
His touchdown was minus 200. That was his 11th straight game scoring a touchdown. Is he the new CMC?
Dude, is he new CMC?
11 straight.
Maybe.
Minus 200 is his anytime touchdown bet.
Maybe. You know who's on a roll? Zach Ertz, another Beardo. You know Beardo was on it. I said this yesterday. I go, Beardo's going to be on Zach Ertz TD.
I messaged him last night, and I said, what are you going to do on Sunday? You can't pull the Ertz anytime touchdown in your back pocket. It's already happened. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
That's 2 straight games.
Buku says the over was a lock. Yeah.
Yeah, Washington's defense looked pretty bad. They couldn't run the ball. I
think Washington's in a little bit of trouble because, the fact that Austin Eckler was their starting running back heading into the season, now he tore his Achilles. Not good. And
they freaking didn't re-sign Robinson Jr., who was good.
They traded him.
Or traded him. But I'm saying he was good for them. Like, I don't understand why. Like, I guess they had too many guys in the room, but
now they got no one. Who are they going to run now?
The hyphenated guy that's back there. I don't know what his name is.
But let's see who all scored TDs. So Romeo Dobbs got the first touchdown. He was like 13-1 to get the first touchdown. Then Josh Jacobs got a touchdown. Matt Gay hit a field goal.
Tucker got his touchdown. A really good game. Look at his stats.
Debo got a touchdown last night. There you go. Fantasy players got to be happy on that. Look at who's
Tucker Kraft. He had a good game. Yep, 124 yards, 6 catches. He had one really long catch.
Where are we seeing this?
On the right side, under Green Bay.
Oh, I was looking at the Washington side. I don't know why I was thinking he was watching.
Come on, Zach Ertz is there. Yeah, he had a good game.
Maybe we look at tight ends, right? Tight ends against Washington.
I mean, he got 7 targets too. I don't look at this first game. See how many targets he got in their first.
He did have that long one. That one was pretty cool. He just kind of did a seam up the middle and was wide open.
Yep. Green Bay isn't even healthy either, man. They're might bet against the next.
How much did Parsons play last night?
A lot. They're moving him around all over the field. He had a good game.
Micah Parsons, 2 total tackles, half a sack, 3 QB hits.
3 QB hits. He got some pressure. I mean, he even if he doesn't touch the quarterback or get a pressure, he still changes the way the defense has to play, you know?
Yeah.
Depending on where he lines up. Because he's not lining up at the end every play or at, you know what I'm saying? He's lining up on the ball, on the edge, like he's lining up everywhere.
Morning, Blue. I was just thinking about Blue yesterday.
Old Blue. Do you know how great it is to have a freaking defensive game wrecker on your team like that? Where like every time the other team snaps the ball, like he has the potential to change the game. Like there's not very many guys like that.
Yeah. Is Green Bay peaking too early?
I want to see how like Jordan Love looks, like just the way his pocket poise looks really good. Like he is dialed in and like he's not worried about the pass route. Like he looks good, man. He looks good. His footwork was good. He wasn't panicking. He wasn't bailing out of the pocket soon. He wasn't trying to pull the ball down and run it too soon. He was throwing deep. I don't know, man. He looked good last night.
Yeah, he just got to stay healthy.
Yeah. I think you can tell he's like you can see the progression in him from year 1 to now.
Survived. I'm for sure going to be in the spread survivor.
That's kind of a bold pick compared to what else is on the slate. But I'm going to tell you something. I did look at the Cowboys. I'm worried about that pick, but if you look at their schedule, like
when else are you going to use them?
The only other time I could see using them is the next time they play the Giants, and that's on the road instead of at home, I think.
Yeah. Well, this is spread survivor too. So I mean, that's what I keep. But like in regular survivor. It might be a good pick just because you're right. When do you want? And they're somewhat healthy right now, and you never know if that's not gonna or if that's gonna.
That line moving from 2.5 to 3, like, I pretty much told you who to bet in this game. With both teams being good teams, you know.
Yeah. No, that spread survivor is tough because I'm like, I don't know if you can't just look at the schedule and be like, I don't know when I want to use this team again. But then it's like, oh, well, I mean, if they're 6-point dogs, I might like them. I might not like them to win the game. So it's tough, man.
I do have a weird question for you. Does it make you feel better about betting a team like Green Bay? I know everyone will like the -2.5, but when it goes to -3, you can still get the push on the 3, and now you know that the book moved it off, a 2.5 to a 3. It almost makes me feel better about the bet at 3 than 2.5.
Yeah, I'm getting to a point with the NFL that like I would only bet a 3 if it goes that way.
Yeah.
But if I like the favorite and it's 2.5, I kind of stay away. But if I like the favorite and it's 3.5, I kind of want to bet the -3.5 more than I want to bet -2.5 because I feel like now those 2.5s never win.
I hate them. I feel like anything under 3, you're better off just betting the dog.
Yeah,
the money line,
and just tease the dog up.
And that's just me saying it. I have no data to back that
up. Yeah, I got data. It's my
in your brain.
Last 2 seasons of just like, hey, how many of those -2.5s have I lost? Especially when it comes down to 2.5,
-2 at that point, just money line. And then it's like hard to read the money in football because you got people betting on one side on the money line and taking the spread on the other side. It's just like that's what we.
And then you got money. Like I feel like it used to be sharp to try to bet the line as early as possible in the week, and now I feel like everyone bets like 24 hours before kickoff. In that
totals, I feel like you can as soon as they come out, if you have a good inclination of where you're at, bet it if you like it, because those are like some of those games, like the Packers game this week, I think has come down 2 or 3 points already.
Yeah. Speaking of betting,
or not early, Steelers game. Sorry.
Do you want me to snag you any lines before they move?
I should have fucking taken Green Bay. Scroll down. I forgot who I like this week. Bears. Damn, it's 6. Whatever. We'll take it. Man, there's a damn 1.5 right there. With
the Bears might get to 6.5 and 7 come game day.
Scroll down a little bit more. I forget who else we got. For now, give me the Steelers. Give me the God, I hate it. The Broncos.
That's one of my favorite plays of the week. Broncos. Yeah. I think they're gonna win the game. Easily.
Eagles.
Atta baby.
And Falcons. Oh, no. Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay might win outright.
Nice. I just snagged some. These are probably not the games I'm going to stick with. I just snagged some because of the number.
Yeah.
See if I took the Raiders because if the money comes in, it comes down to
at -11.5.
Yeah, baby.
Dude, you know how the NFL
they listen.
Anything double digits, dude.
I ain't scared of that. It's the freaking Browns and Ravens are 0-1. A little pissed off. Home opener.
It's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points. It's that many points for how many times do you see a double-digit spread in week 2? There's a reason for it,
I think we saw it a couple times with the Giants last year. They were double-digit.
That's the Giants.
Dogs.
That's the Giants. Barnes picks went 0-3 in MLB yesterday, but 3-0 first 5. Damn, one of those days, man.
Baseball's been rough, man.
Yeah.
Rough. Yeah, I'm ready for playoffs. Because you're just getting to that tail end where like a lot of teams are not playing for anything. Not saying they're not trying. I mean, the White Sox knocked the Rays. The Rays are in a freaking wild card pennant race right now, and they're getting beat by the White Sox. So I guess that's the enjoyment of the end of the season. But I'm ready for the playoffs. I'm just ready for the playoffs.
Dude, I feel like you got to take this is the year because I feel like there's no one's bullpen you can really trust right now heading into the playoffs. So I feel like looking at a Boston at a 19-1 or something like that. I feel like you got to go with the long shot because so many of these teams are on. No one's getting hot right now.
Yeah, dude, the freaking Mets are so bad. Jesus.
Yeah. Except
Phillies are
for
good. Phillies are good.
You know who might be turning on, especially after they got blessed by the Big Don yesterday, is the Yankees.
Screw the Yankees.
I'm just saying, the Red Sox
Phillies,
earlier this season went to the White House and went on like an 8-game winning streak. Judge last night shook the president's hands, and the first 2 bats he hits dingers.
I mean, Aaron Judge would have probably done that anyways, but the Phillies battle tested. You already know how hard it is to go into Philly in the playoffs and win. Like that stadium gets crazy. They got Kyle Schwarber, Trey Turner, Bryce Harper. Like
it ain't easy.
No, they're gonna be Philly's probably my favorite right now in the NL.
I got Dallas in my big survivor here.
Yankees ain't gonna do that, I don't think. Sorry, Mark Andre. You got Dallas?
I'm in the big survivor. I think I'm gonna burn Dallas.
I'm worried though about the only thing that concerns me in that matchup is the Giants pass rush against Dallas's offensive line.
Yeah.
And Dallas's defense.
Yeah.
Swiss cheese over there.
But I mean, when you're questioning who your quarterback's gonna be in week 2, I don't have much confidence in that team.
Yeah. Kind of like Dak too, maybe on the survivor yardage thing this week.
Yeah, or the all 32 one and done QB. Or no, the QB one and done. QB one and I'm basically right now. I took Flacco last week. I'm taking Trevor Lawrence this week. I'm just going. Whoever's playing the Bengals is who I'm going with right now.
How does it work if you? How does it? I mean, I picked somebody last week and it didn't. I did like every week. Whoever picks the top one gets. It's a week to week thing instead of a season thing. I was confused by 2 of the ones I'm in.
Yeah. So what you got to do is pick one QB or team. So like if the QB gets hurt, it's whoever comes in. You whatever the team passing yards are, you'll get credit for. But once you use that team, you're done. So basically, you got to try to figure out when are they going to like Josh. A lot of people picked Josh Allen last week, which I'm like, there's going to be plenty of time to do it. But he also got 392 yards, so that's a pretty.
So does this keep track of like how many you pick right, and at the end of the year, whoever picks the most right wins? There's like a leaderboard.
You get the total yards that they
threw. Oh, okay. So it accumulates the yardage week to week.
Yeah. So last week I took Flacco because I'm like, when else am I going to want to take a Browns QB? And he got 290 yards.
I took Kyler Murray last week.
But if you knew that he was waking up in the morning puking and shitting, you probably would have changed that.
I did. Also, Call of Duty just came out too. I didn't even realize that. Dude, Call of Duty comes out like every 4 months now. Like I can even keep track of Call of Duty.
I know. Also, imagine all the people that got burned taking Burrow last week.
Yeah, but
you got to think about it. You're like, oh well, it was just one bad week. People have bad weeks, but it's basically like, did you pick that QB's one of their top 3 to 5 weeks they're going to have this season? And that was probably the lowest yards Burrow is going to get all season. So whoever didn't take Bengals are already going to have a leg up on you, because
plus the Browns freaking have good corners.
Yeah, I mean he only got 113 yards.
They have good corners. Denzel Ward.
Yeah, all the people in first are the Bills because Josh Allen went off in that 4th quarter, dude. It was looking so good. Oh, Las Vegas was second. I didn't even realize that.
Just though, it's like out of all the games you're gonna pick Buffalo, you're gonna pick them versus Baltimore. I don't know.
When I'm gonna pick Burrow when he plays Baltimore, because that's
probably historically
that game's always 40 to 35.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that makes sense. Maybe that's the same case with Josh Allen versus Baltimore. I mean, he did well against the playoffs last year, and then I can't believe that. I still can't believe they won that game.
Yeah, dude. These pools are so much fun, though. I love them. How'd you do in picking last week?
A lot of people. You did. I think you did. You got 2 or 3 2 wins more than I did. I think.
Yeah, you got 9. I got 11. I got 1 already. I got Green Bay, baby.
Dude, for some reason I looked back on one of the pools I was in and I picked Carolina. I don't remember doing that. I think that was a mistake. I didn't pick Carolina. I think.
Oh yeah, I saw that you
wrong.
picked Carolina.
I think I picked it wrong. I don't know what I did. I did not pick Carolina, but it is what it is.
It is.
I love the pick'ems. Pick'ems are hard. I mean, you know how many times I've entered like with just the local office pick'em and just Sally down the row in the office cubicle who doesn't watch football but 2 times a year on the holiday decides to pick every game right. Like it's not even against
Yeah,
the spread. It's still
yeah.
hard.
I remember because
Me and you did
growing
it
up, like
together.
so my dad worked at a mill, so they always would have fun, like pick him. He'd come home every like Tuesday with a sheet,
Yep.
and you just fill them out and you put in your $5 and whatnot. And yeah, there'd be ladies. He goes, yeah, there's women in the office that win because they just like the colors of.
It's
They just
dumb.
by the uniforms or whatever.
Humbles you. Me and you did it together a couple years ago at my work. I don't know if you remember it, but yeah,
I do. Yeah,
we got slaughtered.
I'm usually not good at pick'ems because I look into the spread too much, and like I'll like a dog at like 3.5, and then I'll pick them because I'm like, I like them at 3.5. They got a chance to win. But when the smart thing is like I should have just taken the favorite to
Yep.
win that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm usually not too good at them. This is an interesting story.
Oh, I'm ready for this one.
I want to look into this a little bit more.
I looked into it.
Is it legit?
The Barstool person?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal. So
Cool.
these, what you want to start with something?
Well, let me let me tell everyone what happened here, and then we'll clarify what we think about this. So this guy who used to work for Barstool has now left Barstool, and here's what he says. Okay. This running Barstool TTU was a dream of mine. I was proud to represent Texas Tech and be a part of what I thought was a brand that stood for being real, unfiltered, and different. But after what just happened, I'm disgusted that I was ever involved with this company. On September 10th, Charlie Kirk was murdered, a husband and father of 2 kids, had his life taken. I made a simple post offering prayers for his family, no politics, no agenda, just basic human decency. Barstool's response, I was yelled at, locked out of my account, and tossed aside without warning. Their excuse, we don't talk politics. That's a joke. Barstool talks politics whenever it benefits them. They pick and choose their moments. But apparently, praying for a grieving family is where they draw the line. I would have said the same exact thing if it were Joe Biden, Donald Trump, or anyone else. Death is bigger than politics. Loss is bigger than politics. But at Barstool, even compassion has to fit their narrative. Dave Portnoy and Barstool love to pretend they're rebels, but and that they're uncensored, that they're different. The truth, they're hypocrites, weak, a fraud of a company that silences its own people for showing humanity. They'll exploit tragedy when it gets clicks, but fire someone for showing empathy. It was once a dream of mine to run Barstool TTU. Now I'm embarrassed I ever called myself part of this company. Barstool showed their true colors, and the world deserves to know exactly what they are.
Okay. So some of that.
I have questions. So
okay. You want me to answer your questions and then explain, or you may explain and then you get your questions?
You explain.
Okay. So basically, these are students that live on the campus. They're considered kind of like interns. You know, they work they run the Barstool Texas Tech account.
And then when they leave school, they pass it to
somebody else. Exactly. These kids are all in like a Discord chat. Like that's basically how the boss runs things. Is they don't call people. They don't have the chat is like where they kind of like run the show from, right? So obviously tragedy happens. And someone posts in the intern chat that all these students are in and basically puts up like a disclaimer like, hey, you know, no one comments on the Charlie Kirk's, like they're gathering information, like nobody comments on it. They're going to leave it to the main Barstool accounts to comment, like the personal people who work at Barstool, not just Will, who's behind the Texas Tech Barstool account. Okay. So that was the direction. The direction was for none of them to they basically said that they could utilize their personal accounts if they wanted to offer condolences and say certain things about it. But basically that's what happened. And even though they posted that, the person still went on the account and posted about it. So Barstool went into the person's account and locked him out and took the post down. So I understand the whole like freedom of speech thing, but at the same time, like he was directed that they could use their personal accounts to comment on it, and that the direct accounts that are linked to the schools would not make comments, and then the comments would come from the personal accounts of the Barstool people, like a Dave Portnoy, or like if you had, you know what I'm saying, like Will at Barstool, like if you were a person at Barstool versus just, they didn't want the comments coming from the just the generic college. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here?
Yeah, that was my biggest question on this was, okay, did he do this through the Barstool account or did he do it through his own personal account?
Yeah, it was Barstool.
Like, if he did it through his own personal account, that's kind of fucked up. You know what I mean? It's like,
no, they actually urged that. Like they were saying,
yeah,
like telling him to use that.
And I understand. And I was listening to Beardo and Jeremy yesterday talk about, because Jeremy, you know, he owns Geeks and Gamers and runs it, and he tells him, you know, on any of the G&G accounts or whatever, no politics, nothing like that. Just do what it's there for. You can do whatever one on your own account. Leave all that shit off of there. That makes sense to me. That's fair. Should someone get fired for it? No. You know, I mean, like just,
there's screenshots, by the way, if you want to look in the comment section.
Yeah.
Of
but
that.
That's what I was curious about. But the fact that there was a memo put out and then he still did it, and he did it on the company account, I can kind of see where they're coming from. I was about to be like, what the, like, if this was his personal account and he got backlash for it, I was gonna be like, you have Dave Portnoy out there talking about this, saying Dave Portnoy going as far as to blaming Trump for it, and which was just wild, just absolutely wild take by him. But that's another story. But I'm like, if he can go out and freely say it, but he tells his employee, maybe it's not him, maybe it's the lower level people, you know, but probably coming from him, hey, don't do it. But now that you said they put a thing out and said, don't post anything on the Barstool accounts about it, now, I do still think it's messed up if all he did was just say, you know, condolences, you know.
Yeah, but if you ask any of the other people that work as an intern at the other universities, they are not going to side with him. Like, they all were under, like, they all knew what the rule was.
Well, and at the university level, that age group, that's a group that we saw that unfortunately weren't too upset that it happened, is how I'll politically put it. You know what I mean? So that demographic and age group, we saw a lot of people celebrating what happened, which is just messed up. But we're not going to get into the whole Charlie Kirk thing. This is a sports show, so we won't have that debate. But yeah, there are some of these screenshots. Hard reminder: no politics on the accounts. No comments about what's going on. Not our place. Not our world. Don't touch Charlie Kirk stuff until told differently.
Yeah.
Because that's my fault. I just deleted it. Oh, he said he never saw it.
Still, I mean,
which I would understand. I mean, there's a lot. You ever go into a Discord? I still don't.
Rule, though. It does. It's not like they just made this rule up that from. It's not the Charlie Kirk rule. Like, it's clear to other people that run the other accounts that this was a rule. Like a hard no from whatever the situation was. So yeah.
Still, I don't know.
His post is a little misleading. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it is. It is a little misleading.
But yeah, if it was his personal account and they that would be crazy. That would be crazy. I mean, I get where he's coming from and why he's upset that Dave Portnoy can talk about it and then they get mad at him. But I mean, a rule's a rule.
Yeah, he makes it sound like that they were being unreasonable about it. It seemed pretty fair. Seemed kind of messed up. Also, kind of messed up that his personal account name is Tortilla Sniper. Not great for the subject we're talking about. You know.
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
Okay. Well, that was my biggest question. So I don't blame Barstool as much.
All right, I won you over there.
The Donald Trump effect, baby.
Or like the remember that show Crossfire? What it was like James. It was Tucker Carlson and James. You know what I'm talking about? It's on Fox News.
Yeah,
that's me and you.
Left center field, green back, track, wall.
Dude, I could hit one out of that park. I could hit one on that little ass park.
Remind me next year. God, who is it? Is it Volpe? Is it, there's someone on the Yankees.
Volpe's leaving, and Judge is a pussy. He should be playing football.
Who is it on the Yankees? Let me see.
Sorry, Yankee fans. He should be a football player. He's too damn big to be playing baseball.
Let me see real quick.
Yeah, Volpe is, I think, a free agent next year.
Um,
Trent Grisham. If I'm a Yankees fan, that's who I'm. That's the jersey I'm buying this year. Taking.
God, I can't remember who it is. I'll have to go back and look, but I had bet him to hit a home run when they played Tampa Bay because they were playing at the Yankees, their training field, right?
Yeah.
And that outline of that field is identical to Yankee Stadium. And God, I can't remember who it is, but I don't think it's Stanton. I don't think it's Bellinger. Anyways, homeboy has hit. He went over his home. Well, I guess I could just look at the.
Is it Jazz Chisholm?
No, who? How do I look at the team stats?
He's been hitting a lot of home runs lately, I think. Mark Andre says that's the Don effect.
That is the Don effect. It might have been Bellinger. It might have been Bellinger. Anyways, he went over his home run total was at like 22.5. And he went over it a few weeks ago. Bellinger's at 28. Maybe that's who it is.
It might be Grisham. Dude. No, because Grisham wouldn't have been at 22.5. That's way too high for him.
No. And the only other one was Chisholm. Which I don't think
kind of low for Bellinger, but maybe right where it needs to be.
Anyways, he basically all like a majority like of the 22 that he hit or whatever, like 18 of them came from Yankee Stadium, and then the one, but like 2 other ones came from Tampa, which is Yankee Stadium. So it's like next year, let's just make sure if we're gonna bet him to hit home run, just only do it at home games because clearly that's where he hits home runs.
Yeah. Aaron Judge is good though. I take back my comment about he should be playing football. He's a good baseball player. I'd love to have him on my team, but he's not. So, but I think he would be a good football player.
Yeah, what'd you think of this?
Yeah, a little bit of what I think.
Look at that handshake right there led to 2 home runs last night.
So yeah,
like the tap. Okay, bud.
I think I've changed my view. I'd probably have dinner with Trump now. I don't. I doesn't mean I like him, but I think I'd sit at a table with him.
Randy is wonderful, and I will say you're going to win. George used to coach. For some reason, I don't know what it was, we won every time I came. Randy, is that right? Every time we came, we'd win a game, and he'd call me. He was, you think that was easy sitting with him for a game? It wasn't. It was brutal. You were exhausted at the end, but he won, and you're going to win. You're going to go all the way. Then you're
going to go all the way.
Some of those people in there might get deported. They better watch out,
dude.
ICE raid in the Major League Baseball.
Isn't it crazy how much we've changed from like his first term to his second term, of like how much these sports organizations now aren't afraid to invite him in, talk about him, promote him, or what, like say I'm not saying kiss ass and like say nice things about him, but like acknowledge him, because back in his first term you couldn't do that. Now, I mean, he got a huge ovation last night from the crowd when he was there. Obviously it was 9/11 and whatnot, but it's just kind of crazy. And then the hats off to the Yankees. Like I said, we're not going to get into Charlie Kirk thing, but they did that night do a little moment of silence for him. That's pretty cool. They were like one of the first organizations. Now, granted, they had a game that night, so it was easy for them to do it. The NFL eventually did it. Roger Goodell still hasn't come out and like said anything, but the NFL last night at the game took a moment of silence. I just thought it was kind of cool. We had, you couldn't see that in his first term because it was not politically favorable to do. But now it seems like people are they don't care. And this is New York we're talking
about. It's 9/11, dude. It doesn't matter who president is. They're either going to be at New York. That's going to happen.
Yeah. But they would do things in his first term with that kind of stuff, but like not really show him. You know what I mean? Like show the crowd instead of him and whatnot. But I don't know. I mean, it's I mean,
Remember
look
at
at all
the
the
Nats
players in there.
game?
They're all excited to have him in there. Everyone's like gathering around.
Do you remember him
smiling.
at the Nats game in DC where he got booed?
When?
I don't remember when it was. Maybe
No.
last year, year before. I don't know.
Well, he wasn't president last year, so it would have been his first term.
Maybe.
Well, then that just proves my point even more. He didn't get booed last night.
I heard he did
Top
get
peak.
booed, but I didn't watch it. So
Top peak alpha athlete and Aaron Judge. Let's see. Oh, Stephen A. went off on the Democrats. Oh,
yeah, I'm out of the game. I'm out of the political game, dude. I don't know what's going on with nothing.
Well, I'm gonna make a video on this, but one of the bigger stories from the sports world about the Charlie Kirk stuff. We saw a lot of people get fired yesterday, which I thought was kind of cool. I don't like people losing their job, but like,
now you can't say you're for freedom of speech and then you think it's cool that people got fired over what they said about it.
I am for freedom of speech, but you can't do it on your own. You can't listen. There's certain things.
Yeah, exactly. See, yeah.
No, I'm
yell fire and there's no fire.
You can have freedom of speech and whatnot, but there are still there's still actions for your consequences for your actions and words you say.
Yeah, if you yell fire and there's no fire, you should. But anything outside of something like that shouldn't matter.
But all the stuff that the left canceled the right for over the last decade.
But it doesn't make it okay to go back and.
Well, I'm just saying it's kind of nice to see it go the other way for once. I mean, celebrating.
I don't like this, Will.
Huh?
I don't like this attitude, man. You need to take the high road on this. Don't be one of the people who's celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, but you're celebrating people getting fired. Don't celebrate.
I'm just saying it's kind of nice to see it go the other way. I don't like people losing their job, but it's kind of nice to see it going the other way.
I think it's all crazy. People should just your comment outside of prayers and anything else past that, like, we don't need to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything negative, you're crazy for posting that. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't blame a company too if you see someone say some horrific stuff and you're like, I don't want that person working for me.
Oh yeah, but now it's the point where like Steps is calling up Will's boss and saying, "Hey, you might want to take a look at what Will posted on Twitter last night."
Go ahead. I'm kind of my own boss, so go ahead.
No, I know. I'm saying like that's what's happening. Like, that's how these people are getting fired.
I mean, these people are just stupid for you're right. They're stupid for posting anything on something that was so controversial.
Like, what impact are you gonna make?
Yeah,
like outside of thoughts and prayers,
especially when you're cheering that someone died. It's like, dude, that's a bad look in general.
Regardless, like, even if it's, I was gonna say Hitler.
Dude, this is a bold move here, though. Protect your neck. Just like, dude.
And I know you say we don't want to get into it and stuff, but the fact that like now they're starting to talk about changing, like, how don't change anything. That, like, people need to continue to live their lives the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get.
I mean, like, it was a stupid decision by that employee, and Carolina Panthers handled it. So he's
Yeah, no, I'm all for. I support like an employer firing someone over stuff like this.
Yeah, it was just
depending on what you.
I mean, it was such a gruesome.
If you're working cashier at Walmart, I mean, I don't think that's justifiable firing. But if you're representing a company or you know what I'm saying? And that's a fireable offense, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was just not a good look.
No.
It was not a good look.
Stay out of it, people. Just thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
If you have anything negative to say, just tell it to your friend.
The last thing I'll say, and the thing that got me the most, is that his wife and kids were right there. You know,
that's gotta be like as much. Even if you hate the guy, like, you can't not feel bad for his wife. His kids have no idea who he is like that. In that sense, he's just dad. You know?
Yeah.
So,
and he was using words, and someone said it best. I heard it was like, it felt like it was attack on freedom of speech on the First Amendment, because that's all he would do is just, he would go and talk to people. He wasn't like violent or anything like that. And it's just like, I think that's what stuck. And then what really got me with the whole story was his kids were right there, man. And they're little.
I did see JJ Watt put up that he was gonna pay for like all their education, like just as far as
so did Justin Jefferson and whatnot. That's what's crazy is because which is nice of him and nice of anyone. I'm sure they'll take all the donations and whatnot and whatever. But they're pretty wealthy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they have a big stake in Rumble. They were one of the first early investors.
Now this is gonna be crazy what I'm gonna say. Because it's like it's historically Martin Luther King was like a different person, but
didn't hold political office is what you mean. Someone that died that didn't hold political office.
I'm just saying like Charlie Kirk, like, is this I don't want to compare him to MLK as far as like the impact but Charlie Kirk made a big impact for Donald Trump and him getting elected. Like,
with the young the youth.
Yeah, this isn't civil rights I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But I'm saying like the impact that he made, and like I think it's comparable, and historically I think this is a big deal, is what I'm trying to say. Historically,
yeah, man. I mean, like, I look how it shook the country. I was shocked. I mean, you have people that aren't even in that world that were talking about it. You had people in, what's that streamer's name, Kai Kasent or whatever.
Yeah,
they were talking about it, and they're not even anywhere near that world. It was crazy.
Yeah, but guess what? We went to work. It's just, we're so desensitized to murder, and like we saw the video and it happened, and we go home and we eat dinner. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy how desensitized we've become to this stuff. Like,
I see you, Blue.
I watched it like 30 times, maybe 50.
Yeah.
I can't even watch a bone being broke. You know?
I see what you put, Blue.
Oh, Blue, it's 5:30 in Vegas. You just hit the dispensary drive-through about 2 hours ago. You haven't gone to sleep yet. You only sleep when the sun comes up.
California was celebrating. God, they literally introduced this lady.
California is weird.
This is how they introduced this lady. This is our. I'll show you her in a second. But this is how she got introduced. Our first Black, queer, non-binary, indigenous, plus-sized, non-abled, one-spirit diversity officer. What are we doing?
That's like you lose elections.
That's who she is, and it's like, I'm sure she's a fine lady. I don't know anything about her, so I'm not going to say anything about her. It's just, now it's not, are you qualified? It's like, how many things can you put in your title to get you qualified? They put plus size.
Oh, man, they've gone off the deep end, dude. They've gone like, we're so extreme, man. It's just like, we're not like so extreme like these other countries that like hang people and like behead people and stuff. But from where we were like 10 or 15 years ago to where we are now, like, people are crazy, dude. People are crazy.
I want to say one more thing about the Charlie Kirk stuff, and then we're gonna get back to sports. And this is
hard not to talk about, dude. So it's okay.
This is kind of fucked up, but I'm talking with you about it. No one else is listening.
Disclaimer.
This. So the killer's still out on the loose, right? And he's got to be some level of psychotic to go through and do that stuff, right?
Yeah. Not normal.
Okay,
like, you don't kill people.
This is where I don't know why I thought of this last night, but I maybe I've seen too many shows and whatnot, but I'm like, that guy's probably so sick and twisted, and that stuff's all over social media. How many times do you think the killer has watched that?
Oh, he's
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just, oh God. I was like, dude, this guy's probably getting off to this shit.
My first initial thought was he was like a professional, but I don't think he is.
No, everyone's like, oh, look where it hit him. He's clearly, that's a professional hit. That was right in the carotid artery. I go, where he was at, not a difficult shot. I mean, obviously it's not someone that just picked up a gun and can go do, but like, you have just a very minimal training steps. You can make that shot after like a couple weeks at the range.
Well, I mean, they made a lot of good points. Like, why would you pick the rooftop in the sun? Why wouldn't you pick like a shaded area below or a window or like you wouldn't pitch the gun in the woods. Like you like there's a lot of things that this person did that is not.
Yeah, and look at when he escaped. He got caught on camera escaping. Like you wouldn't pick a
jumping
rooftop
off
where
the
you had
roof.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, on the backside. Yeah, no. I think
I would have been in and out, and you wouldn't.
The shot itself, what made me think it wasn't professional is because I guarantee you he was aiming at the head and didn't account for the drop of the bullet at that distance, and the bullet dropped right into the neck because that's about how far it would drop from that distance.
Yeah, you wouldn't. You would aim for the head, like in between the eyes.
Yeah, and he didn't. So I'm like, a professional would have got a headshot there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right, and it wouldn't have used that gun like. They wouldn't have been laying on the top of the roof. They wouldn't have jumped off you would have maybe seen where it came from out of a window, and that's it. And that person
I was curious, and now we know. I was curious. I'm like, man, he was smart enough to pick up the the cartridge and take it with him. But apparently he didn't even he just shot and didn't like reload. He just shot and left the bullet in the or the empty cartridge in the chamber. So I was like, oh. I guess that makes sense.
We'll see. It'll be interesting to see after they catch him. He might be dead somewhere. You know,
that's what I'm afraid. I'm afraid if he does get caught, he's going to take his own life.
If I was him, I'd be not in the United States. He had 24 hours to get the hell out. Well, we might not know that. We don't know when they got all these images. They might. Well, I don't. And the FBI, dude, your boy Cash, man, he needs to stay off Twitter. We understand you want to be like
that press conference last night was embarrassing.
That whole part of this has been bad. That's been the bad part.
We got a suspect. Oh, we let him go. Oh, we got
at the same time the press conference is happening. The tweets, it just all looked bad. But
the press conference today, they're just like they have no idea where this guy's at, and it's like how
he could be bunkered down somewhere in the woods underground in a freaking doomsday shelter for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
They'll catch him. There's too many cameras out there. Like you saw, they've already got camera footage of him walking with the rifle in his pants. You know what I'm saying? To the building. Like, I don't know. I would have taken an Uber or something.
Chris Godwin's suspected. You can't take an Uber, dude. There's a paper trail. You can't pay cash for an Uber.
Yeah, I guess. You're on camera everywhere, dude.
I know.
Is he back?
Chris Godwin's coming back, baby. He started practicing again. That's good for the Bucks.
Yeah.
And Tristan Wirfs is back at practice too. So they're not playing this week, obviously, but it's a good sign for them. Not a good sign for the 49ers. We went from Brock Purdy may or may not play Sunday to Brock Purdy might be out up to 5 weeks. And it's like, what?
Do you see his commercial?
No.
Where he's dancing? It's like is it a jeans commercial maybe?
Probably.
It's bad.
He's got a Toyota one.
It's bad. Like everyone commented on it, was like, this is not a good look for Brock Purdy.
Hey, he got paid.
I know he got paid. So he's an interesting guy, man. Have you heard the stories about how he lived with like his roommate, even when he had a roommate in an apartment when he was an NFL quarterback before he got married?
Well, yeah, he's a 7th round draft pick. And
but he was making money. He was a starting quarterback for the Niners, and he had a freaking
on a 7th round draft pick. And do you know those taxes and the prices to get a place in California?
No, you're right about that. California is like who picks to live in California?
Maniacs. That's who. Brock Purdy is going to miss up to 5 weeks. Good thing they have Mac Daddy Jones back there, dude. Is this the worst quarterback matchup we could possibly have in the NFL this year? Mac Jones versus Spencer Rattler. That's what we're getting on Sunday.
Spencer ain't that bad.
He hasn't put up more than 14.
But
the Saints haven't put up more than 14 points any of his starts.
He led a comeback last week.
And they didn't get over 14 points.
Well, I mean, they're just bad all around. Well, they shouldn't be, though. They got Olave. They got some pieces.
He's pretty bad.
Oh, he is. I said he's not a starter. He's a backup.
Yeah, so we get Mac Jones this weekend.
Mac Jones is I don't think Mac Jones should be in the NFL.
I think he's a backup quarterback. I think he's a solid backup quarterback.
Maybe 3rd string, emergency practice squad.
The thing that you worry about with Mac Jones is I think he's like, I'm not saying he's as good as this guy was at the end of his career, but like he's like the Ryan Fitzpatrick, right? The guy that you want to come in for like 2 games max,
Maybe.
and that's it.
There's never been somebody like Fitzpatrick, dude.
But you know, that type of guy. We've seen multiple backup quarterbacks in the league who come in and you're like, I want that guy for 2 games. That's it. I know he can win me a football. I mean, hell, Joe Flacco was at that point. If you had to have Joe Flacco come in, you don't want him for the whole season.
I still think Fitzmagic's like on a different level there. I think he's like at the top of that, and then everybody else is like a tier below him.
But you feel like you still got a shot if you need a win.
Yeah.
He's with that kind of quarterback. I think that's what it is. But if you got to have him play 4 weeks, you're really nervous.
Baker used to be like that when his career first started. Is like, you know who else might be like that? Stetson Bennett might turn into that.
Cooper Rush is another one of those guys too, and Cooper Rush is now on the Baltimore Ravens. Cooper Rush might be the best backup quarterback in the league. Who's better than Cooper Rush?
Maybe Jackson Dart. We don't know yet.
And you can't put a rookie in that right now.
I don't know. Jimmy G.
Jimmy G. We haven't seen Jimmy G play since when?
He went downhill after he slept with the porn star.
And he got paid handsomely too.
Sam Darnold is the best backup quarterback that starts.
Okay.
He had like a.
I guess you could say maybe Carson Wentz might be better than Cooper Rush.
Yeah, I don't think I want any of them, to be honest with you.
Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, Gardner. Gardner is the guy, dude. There you go. He is a perfect example of a guy. 2 or 3 games. 2 or 3 game stretch. He might win 2 out of 3.
You know he doesn't know how to not go 100% and ball to the wall.
He ain't gonna take you to the Super Bowl in an 18-game season. Yeah, that's not him. But
you sure?
2 or 3 games, he's got your back. But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I feel sorry for the coach there out in San Francisco. I just feel like ever since they were at their peak, it's just they keep getting dealing with different things that set them back.
As long as they have Christian McCaffrey healthy, they're going to be fine.
But is he even healthy? He hasn't been in the last few years with the calf.
He had 164 total yards last week. He looked pretty healthy to me.
Going into that game, he was having issues. Yeah,
and those issues, if he wasn't 100% and he still put up 164 yards, I think we're good.
Probably pop some Vicodin. Shot up something. Took a shot.
Hey, we got to talk a little highlight. This is a highlight Friday, Steps.
Let's go.
It is a highlight Friday tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. We get Warriors and Cyclones. We've seen these 2 teams this week already. This is the first week of the fall season. Games are Tuesday through Friday, and then on Saturdays we will be doing educational videos. Links to the Highlight League's social media, their website, their YouTube channel where you can watch the games and whatnot live. Watch them live. It's a lot of fun. I'm excited because I don't work today, so I'm definitely going to be watching the highlight match tonight. Warriors and Cyclones. The Warriors have the best American highlight player in the world, Douglas, on their team. It's going to be fun. I think the Cyclones won their game, but the Warriors definitely lost. They lost to the defending champs the first match of the season. But we will be covering this all season long. The Highlight League is a great sponsor of this show, so go show them some support because they're supporting this channel. And on Saturdays, if you don't know what Highlight is, or you just you vaguely know a little bit about it, make sure you tune in Saturdays because I will be doing a little segment on what is Highlight each Saturday. And obviously tomorrow, the first Saturday, is going to be very basic, but we're going to start getting into more in-depth stuff, do a little Q&A, answer all your questions. And at some point, at least once this season, I do want to do a little, and I got permission to do this, either watch a match live or we'll replay a match and we'll watch and I'll commentate on it. That way we can kind of go through a highlight match together and show you guys, hey, this is what it is. But I'll be showing clips and highlights and whatnot tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited for it. But let's take a look at what happened at the results yesterday. Yesterday, the Chargers get a 4-2 victory over the Devils. My guy Benny's team lost, but he stepped up. I told you, if there's any person you want to bet on my guy Benny. and he got it done in 2 sets. Look at that. No match went 3 sets yesterday. One of those rare. Jedin and Arda lost to Benetrix and Rock. I didn't know about this because this person's new, so I was like, I don't know. That is wild. But yeah, we had Zulaka got the win over Nicholas. That was a good win. Benny got the win over Iturbide. Looks like some man. I mean, that's kind of one-sided. I mean, this one was a blowout right here. Zulaka and Ubia. Nothing going 3 sets. The best match of the night was Benny and Iturbide, 6-4, 6-5. Pretty exciting stuff there. Tonight we have the Warriors and the Cyclones. And like I said, links to all their stuff is in the description of this and their YouTube channel. You go over here. DraftKings Sportsbook is where you can bet on Jai-Alai. You just go down here right underneath hockey. When you go to all sports, World Highlight League, you click that. It'll take you right to here. Usually the odds are up by now. I was talking with Julie about this yesterday because the odds weren't up. Something's going on there. They're going to get that figured out. But here in about an hour or two, there will be odds up on this. So right now you only have futures odds. Isn't it wild, Steps? They've only played 1 match this season. And the defending champs, the Renegades, are plus 140 to win it again. They're already at plus 140. That's wild. Because most seasons, I mean, we've seen I think the lowest we've seen since Crick and I started covering this was like plus 250 this early in the year. You know?
They must be stacked.
They are stacked. I mean, they got the best player in the world. Go Sherry.
Yeah, but like you said, best American player Douglas. He's playing in a Division I match tonight against Manu.
He is. That's going to be a fun one too. So we got Douglas and Manny are going to start things off. They did not look good. Granted, they were going against the Renegades. They did not look good on Monday.
Douglas won to know he won. I think he had a 6-point differential.
Let's see. Douglas and Manny lost to Goshieri and Ben. Now, it was respectable. They went to 3 sets, lost 6-3. It makes sense. They also, Douglas and Alex, that's the one that I thought they were going to get an upset on, and they did not. They got worked 6-4 both matches. So, not great. They got, as a team, they got crushed 5-1.
I mean, it's the Renegades, dude.
It's a new day, though. It's a new day. So we're going to start off with Douglas and Manny going to get up against Jairo and Manu. That is going to be fun. Jairo is the guy that last season broke the glass, which is really hard to do.
Yeah.
Got to stop the match.
With the, I think it's called the Poletta.
There you go. There you go. Hey, save that for, I'm saving that for tomorrow. We're going to be learning a lot of stuff tomorrow.
Forgot. Tease. My bad.
Yeah, we got to tease it tomorrow, Steps. It's called a tease to get people interested in it. Then we got Alex and Julian versus Inaki and Unda. I would imagine Alex and Julian are probably the favorites in that one. That's the thing is, like, without having the odds up, I get to start kind of. I've watched Jai-Alai now for a while, and I can kind of start figuring out where the odds are going to be.
And then you get to
like
see it.
It's like a football game. Like when I see the matchups, I'm like, and guess the lines. You know what I mean? Like I'm starting to get there with Jai-Alai.
Find your edge.
Douglas and Manu. This one's going to be good. I would imagine this thing is probably very close to pick 'em. I don't know which guy I would favor. Probably slightly Douglas favored. I would have to go back and look at their history, but that one's. If you haven't seen Jai-Alai and you want to see some high competitive Jai-Alai, tune into match 3. I mean, obviously you should tune into the whole thing, but tonight tune into match 3. Douglas and Manu. Watch a really really competitive singles match. It's going to be a lot of fun. Gaio and Manny are going to go up against Robin and Unda. And then Alex and Inaki is our other singles match. That's going to be fun. Alex is, dude, that guy's all over. That guy will jump off the walls out there to get a ball. He's got heart, hustle, and he's good. Correa and Gaio is going to go up against Williams and Stan. A couple Cyclones got a couple substitutions in there, it looks like. But yeah, that's the match tonight. Warriors Cyclones. You can watch it on ESPN 3, their YouTube channel, or FUBO TV. 7 p.m. Eastern tonight. The other games during the week start at 5 p.m. Eastern. On Fridays, we get a little night action highlight. That will start at 7 p.m. Eastern. No NFL on tonight. So I mean, there's some college football, but you want to get into a fun sport, and from a gambling standpoint, a very winnable sport, a very beatable sport. Gambling. You should check out Jai-Alai League. Join me. all season long. I'll probably have some money on Alex, and I think I'll take Jairo and Manu in that first one. Those will be my 2 bets today. But yes, World Highlight League, 7 p.m. Eastern, ESPN 3, YouTube channel, their YouTube channel, which is in the description of this video, and FUBO TV. Go check out the World Highlight League. They're a great sponsor of this show. Go show them some support and love. All right, Seth, do you want to get into college football for tonight's games? Do you want to talk NFL? I'm going to leave it up to you.
Well, we got 5. Well, there's 5 games tonight, right?
To be honest with you, I'm not sure. Let me check.
College football, I believe there are 5 games.
Looks like
I know.
Indiana State, Indiana.
Yeah, they play. Who else?
We got that. We got Colgate, Syracuse, Colorado, Houston, Kansas State, Arizona, and New Mexico, UCLA. I'm interested in these last 3.
Those are the 3 I bet. So in the Colorado, Houston, and the Kansas State, Arizona game, there are some system plays that I've been tracking on, like short weeks, travel, division rival, or not division rival, but just division games. And on these short weeks and with travel, like not being able to prepare for the opponent as much, the unders have been hitting a lot in these games. So I like the under in the Colorado-Houston game, and I like the under in the Kansas State-Arizona game. And then in the 7 o'clock matchup between UCLA and New Mexico is a 2-touchdown underdog. I believe that line is at 15 or 15.5. UCLA has not looked very good. I mean, I think they're going to win this game. Obviously, they're a 2-touchdown favorite. I just don't think that they're going to cover. So I think
real quick. Suspect is in custody. Someone close to the suspect turned him in.
Got you.
They got him. It's trending on X right now. Okay, I just want to say that.
Oh, well, that's good. Now we've got something to look at.
Yeah, yeah, get a little closure on that. Okay, make your case for what you like in these games real quick. I'll step away for a second, but I actually have a lean in each one of these games. But I break it down, all right? Everyone was in the chat talking about suspect in custody. I'm sure
you weren't listening to me. It's okay. I got you. Yeah. Go ahead. Do your thing. All right. So, like I said, I'm trying to figure out who it was that UCLA. I'm trying to see what they're 0-2. UCLA is 0-2. That can't be right. Oh, yes, it is. Lost to UNLV 30-23 and lost to Utah 43-10. So struggled in both of those games. They're a 2-touchdown favorite here against New Mexico. New Mexico, I mean, obviously they're 1-1. They're not coming into this any world beaters or anything, but they did lose to Michigan 34-17 back in week 1, and then last week they got a win over, I think is that Idaho State? Yes, the Idaho State Bengals. So I do like New Mexico to cover that those 2 touchdowns in the 7 o'clock matchup, and then like I said, let me see if I can find those actual trends on the under so I can give you guys kind of a little bit more clarity on what those are. But it all has to do with travel. You got to think like these teams are, even though it's a Saturday, one less day to prepare, one less day to recover. You know, these guys are in these routines where they're playing every Saturday. So whenever you have a Friday game or a Thursday game or whatever game off cadence there, it does make a difference, I do believe. Obviously, both teams are going to be involved in it, so they both have to deal with it. So that's why I like the under, because I think that both offenses might be coming out a little bit of struggle as far as game planning and stuff like that. And typically, it's a little bit easier for the defense to get advantage on the short weeks like this. But let's see. UCLA, like I said, they're 0-2 in their first 2 matchups of the year. They also are 0-2 against the spread. They are 0-1 on the road this year. So those are the trends for UCLA. New Mexico State 1-1 so far on the year. They've gone over in one of their 2 games this year. And then that's that. Why are you even giving me something for last year? There's only 2 games, but that line did open up, I think, at 15.5. So it's kind of, or 14. It's been bouncing in between 14 and 15.5. So let's take the New Mexico Lobos on the spread tonight. All right, let's see if I can find this stuff on. I'm not used to the website on Action. I'm used to the mobile app. So bear with me here for a second. All right, let's see here. That's all Thursday's games. I need today's games. All right, Colorado, Houston.
I just saw something spicy that we're gonna have to watch after this. But yeah, dude, UCLA sucks, dude. Imaliva is a joke. They're terrible.
Yeah, I didn't realize they lost their first 2 games. I thought that they just struggled in them.
Like he looks terrible. Like he should have stayed at Tennessee and lost.
I don't know
them.
what he was thinking going to. Yeah, he's awful. He's awful. I don't even know how to say his name.
Now, in Houston, Colorado, do you like Houston?
If I was going to take a side, I'm taking Houston -4.5.
Because Colorado's playing the 3rd string quarterback, right? Did you hear about that?
Yeah, well, their first string isn't good.
No, but neither's. So Colorado.
Yeah, Caden Salter's hurt or sick.
Well, so they had the number 1, G5 quarterback from Liberty transfer in, right, to be the guy. Then they had the number 12 overall ranked player, according to ESPN's top 100 at quarterback. Not all players, but he's a quarterback, so he's number 12 of all players. Signed with Colorado, so they have 2 good talents there. And Dion is like, you guys are playing like ass. I'm gonna bench you, and I want to see which one of you can handle adversity. I'm gonna start the 3rd stringer. That's wild. And I don't know
how he play last week.
I don't know. No, I know he did play, but I'm just saying, like, he's clear. I mean, only a coach like Dion could do that. But it's wild that you're going to Houston, hostile territory.
He threw for 2 touchdowns last week. 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, Houston, I believe, still has a pretty decent defense.
They've got 4 guys out in the secondary for this game.
That's okay.
So I think there's a mismatch there. The offense for Colorado, even though they have a 3rd string quarterback. Like I said, he can throw the ball. I mean, threw for 2 touchdowns last week, so it's not like he doesn't have any game experience. But on the road, is the Big 12 now the new Pac-12 Friday night?
Pretty much, yeah.
Not late, but I think they've carved out Friday nights.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know much about Arizona. Obviously, they blew out Hawaii, which, I mean, I'm not saying it's impressive, but like if you're a decent team, you should be able to blow out Hawaii, right?
Yeah. But
and then
Hawaii's got a nice little young quarterback this year.
Who?
Hawaii. They have a nice. Their quarterback's good.
Oh yeah. That kid is a baller. I mean, for a freshman, he's going to be. I'm excited to see him in a couple years.
Coach for Houston, I like him too.
Yeah. Here's what I do know: Kansas State is ass, and the fact that they're favored on the road. I wish I was catching more points, but I kind of like Arizona tonight.
Before we move to that game, I do like Connor Wegman, the quarterback who transferred from Texas A&M that plays for Houston. I like his over rushing yards tonight.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Yeah, I like Arizona tonight. I'll be on Arizona tonight. I think Kansas State's overrated and they suck. They've shown us they're just not good. Yeah. They almost lost. Their only win came from
quarterback's dad is fighting the uncle in the parking lot.
I know. And their only win was a last-second touchdown against North Dakota. Not North Dakota State, the defending champs. North Dakota, which is ass. They lost to Army.
Yeah. Kansas State is a disaster, dude. They're an absolute disaster this year. Their offensive system is awful.
It's terrible. That quarterback overrated.
Yeah. I agree.
And then, listen, I don't care if it's New Mexico. UCLA should not be 15.5-point favorites over anyone. Nope. I'm taking the boys with New Mexico. I might even get daring to sprinkle a little on the money line because UCLA is.
No, let's not go that far. But one thing we can agree on, this Nico kid is a joke, dude.
He is a joke. I mean, look at New Mexico. They hung in there with Michigan a little bit. I mean, they ended up getting their ass kicked, but I mean, it wasn't like 48-6, you know?
I couldn't even get I was trying to bet the Indiana State IU game and the Syracuse Colgate game last night, and it wasn't even on the book to bet. So,
Kansas State Kangaroos. That's funny. That is funny.
Don't
Let's check
even
out the
ask me about
pro report
baseball.
for tonight. Huh?
Don't even ask me about baseball.
We don't even have to talk about baseball. It's a football Friday.
Thank you. Taking a mental break. I just been getting
Someone actually commented on my stream on X and was like, "Where's the baseball?" And I'm like, "Oh shoot, I forgot to talk baseball today." Yesterday, I was like, "Yeah, my bad." There's a lot going on
with baseball, football, like all the sports that are happening right now. My accounts are like, I'm not used to seeing, because I have so much money tied up at once. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not used to seeing that in my accounts. So I'm like, it's just a mental thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So,
dude, that's another good thing about Kalshi is like, Kalshi's where I'm going to be using all my, I'm for my football futures. I'm moving everything over there instead of my usual.
yeah, because it'll show you the, like, what you're worth, even though your bet's still in. Like, it gives you your.
Not just that, but the option to be able to cash out at any point is nice. Yeah. But here's the thing. What's one of the things people complain about betting futures? You got to tie up your money for X amount of months, right? Kalshi, you get 4% back on your money. If you have over $150 in there, you get 4% back each month, or 4% APR.
Kalshi, I feel like one of those things that now is the time to take advantage of it if you have the mental capacity to learn it. Not that it's like rocket science, but it's different from just normal.
Yeah, it takes a little bit to get used to, but I mean, it's amazing. But you actually get a return on your money, which is great. Buku says, "Hammer the Lobos."
You know, Cricket is he bets on Kalshi now.
Yeah, I know. I heard him talk about like starting to get into it and whatnot, because I know Robert does a bunch with it. So back towards the end of when him and I were doing shows together, he was interested in getting involved in it.
I dabble.
I am full blown degenerate, which surprises no one.
Trust me, you're the unpaid spokesperson for Kalshi.
I know. I need a sponsorship, man.
You've been #1 fan of Kalshi since.
Dude, I love it because you can't, like, if you're a sharp bettor and you're not on Kalshi, you're an idiot, because one can. You can't get limited. You can't get restricted like at a sports book. You know what I mean?
You essentially can take advantage of other people because that's all.
Because it's just like it's
your money. Yeah, it's their money versus your money. How do they make their money? Do they take a little?
They take a fee every time you buy contracts.
Okay.
Not when you sell, but when you buy.
It's essentially stock market mixed with sports betting.
Yeah, that's what it is. But like, look, if you want to go,
it's legal in every state.
And
essentially, you can bet on. Can you bet on totals? Yeah, spreads.
But that's the one thing that sucks on it is the spreads and the totals. The liquidity is not there yet because they're just now introducing it.
Peer too. So it's like you have to have people who are willing to bet on both sides to make it.
Yeah,
and people purchase your content.
But if you're just looking straight up to play a game, you can get as much as you want.
But isn't that how like the buyout works? Is essentially someone else is buying out your spot, right?
They're taking the other side. They're saying, no, I'm going to bet the other direction.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Because that's the only thing that I don't like about it is there's times where I think I've tried to sell out and it didn't sell. Yeah, but I didn't go into it like you and like set like a. If you really know what you're doing, you can set those maximum minimums. For example, and it automatically sells it for you.
Yeah, here's an example. You want to bet who's going to win the Super Bowl? Do you think Green Bay is going to win the Super Bowl? Right? Like there's
3 weeks ago, if you bet that and then sold off now, how much would you make?
Well, they were down at 5%. You would have doubled your money. Well, tripled the money you put in, but got.
And you don't even have to wait for them to win the Super Bowl. You already won money off of just betting it.
Well, you wouldn't have tripled it because you can only sell at 13 cents right here. This is the asking price right now, but someone's willing to buy it.
Making money, and you don't have to win.
And look at this market. There's $10 million in this. So there's some good liquidity in it. So it's like you can get, like, if you went in, if you wanted to put $5,000 down on the Packers, you could right now because there's 5,600 at 15 cents. You know what I mean?
And you can also change the cents to odds.
Yeah, you can.
You guys didn't know that.
Yeah.
So dumb people like me can't do math.
But look, like you can, like, there's bets all the way up to, I mean, you can get.
I like the Ravens down too of how transparent they are with like the money. Like if you go on DraftKings, they ain't telling you They ain't telling you where the money's at.
Yeah,
You know
and
what
here's
I'm
the thing:
saying?
it's like if you were comfortable, so confident that the Baltimore Ravens are going to win the Super Bowl this year, or at least be in the Super Bowl, which would, if you're looking to just make some money and sell out, you could get up to 22K down at plus 500.
Now, let me ask you this question. Have you seen like any arbitrage situations where like Kalshi is telling you one thing and the book has something else and you feel like you can take advantage of it, or are they pretty much?
Oh, every single bet you can get, but you got to factor in the price you pay, the fees. So I haven't really gone down that path, but you get almost every money line bet that I see on a sports book, like with Bet Online, you're getting a better price buying into Kalshi.
Okay. That was my question, I guess.
But then you factor in fees and stuff like that. So it might end up evening itself out. But then I would say the tiebreaker would be the fact that at any point in the game, you can sell out. My favorite game this year so far, that Bills-Ravens game. I just waited for someone to score, and then I bet the other side. Then that team scored, and I sold out. Then I bet the other side.
I have a lot of questions. Sorry. Are they like odds makers? Do they set the line, and then everything after that is just automatically based off of us betting each other?
They pretty much just open up the market and see where people start betting. That's what they do. They just open up the market.
Like, what's the market look like when it opens? That's, I guess, my question.
I haven't been there right as it opens, but it's fast. There's a lot of liquidity that comes in, but basically you'll have someone come in and say, I think the Ravens, I'll take the Ravens at 70. Like, okay, the Ravens are playing the Browns. They'll be like, I'll take the Ravens at 80%. I think there's an 80% chance that they win, so I'll buy X amount at 80 cents.
And then
or
it
79
just goes from there.
Yep.
So if you get in early, that you could, I bet there's some people who just freaking stare at their computer all day.
Oh yeah. Well,
Just
it's like
wait
the
for it
stock
to
market,
go.
dude. There's people that stare at the stock market while
I know,
for those hours
I see
that
all
it's
those
open.
graphs and those circles, and I'm just like, how did you do that? How do you have the mental capacity to sit down and learn something like that?
Yeah.
Like I told you before, I'm at the age where I understand what goes into learning something new.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't, when I was younger, I was into like starting new things. And now I'm just a grumpy old man that just, I don't care.
Get off my lawn.
I don't care. I don't want to sit down and learn it. I don't play shooting games anymore because I suck at them. I don't want to figure out how to be better at them. Like I'll just play. Like 20 years ago, I'm playing that damn shooting game until I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Do you want to see? Do you want to talk NFL?
No, because we need to save that for Sunday.
I mean, just a little overview, glance of things. Take a look at the odds.
Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about the Bears. Let's use that as a good talking point for NFL because we won't have to go over the whole slate. But let's just talk a little bit about how when in the NFL, when you see a team from 1 week look so bad, like the next week, like 6.5 is in my opinion a little too much.
We're gonna talk NFL next. I want to show you this, okay? Because they got the guy. This is allegedly the guy, and this interaction might have what kicked the whole thing off, which is kind of creepy. So he debated Charlie Kirk at one of his things, not obviously that day.
How long ago? Do we know?
I don't know. I haven't seen that. I just saw this little exchange between these two. It looks like the dude, right?
Okay.
Did you even graduate college?
No.
In fact, I
didn't go to college. I've been able to be pretty successful without a 4-year degree.
College.
Yeah, I did not go to
You're
college.
gonna come to college and act like you know.
So are we gonna debate resumes or ideas?
Ideas?
Because
if
if we want
a good idea to just
let's